First comment.
Hello. I would like to answer this question. I am not married and have never been married. However, my answer is the result of my observations from the mothers and wives of the great women around me, confessions of mothers and wives of great women on social media. Being a wife and mother should be something fun, happy, etc. I mean, it's natural to be tired because it's not easy. It should be fun because this is the dream of most women that not all women are able to feel and live. It's fun because you live with your loved one and see your beloved child grow in your arms. Unfortunately, many mothers and wives now complain of being extremely tired and exhausted while doing these two very noble things. Why? Because of what? When the mother and wife feel very tired and exhausted, when the husband and father of her children do not want to cooperate, very often this tiredness causes anger that ends in a fight, but not infrequently after getting better and talking to each other, the situation changes for the better. There are couples or husbands who remain in this seemingly indifferent behavior. This applies to both career and housewives. They feel tired because they feel like they are doing a lot of things by themselves. Housework and taking care of children. Please, honorable gentlemen, don't use your job as an excuse not to work together with your wives. Marriage is 2 heads, 2 bodies and 2 hearts. Not just 2 hearts, 2 heads but 1 body. If you can't afford to hire a maid, at least work together in the kitchen. The wife cooks, you wash the dishes. Likewise with raising children. It is not only the wife's duty, but also the husband's duty as the parent of the fruit of your love with your wife. I'm sure wives understand that their husbands are tired from working to earn a living, but wives also want to be understood that there are many things in the household that should be done together. Not alone.
So, when husbands let their wives get carried away with their work taking care of household chores such as cooking and caring for or educating their children alone, that is when wives and mothers feel very tired and exhausted.
Second comment.
I am a mother, and being a mother is very difficult. Being a mother requires defeating oneself, not only defeating the ego, but also defeating the wounds of the past. The past shapes us. How we respond is a trace of learning from what we have been through. If you used to be scolded often, it could be that temperament that you teach to your child. Even though we try our best to change it, sometimes we do it unconsciously. I am a mother of 2 daughters, and tonight as I type this, I am reflecting and crying. I feel guilty towards my first daughter. I think, lately, I have been scolding her a lot and not paying enough attention to her. I am focused on my second daughter, who is still a baby. Tonight I opened my photo album, saw the baby photos of my first daughter. Suddenly I cried. My child, who is now grown up, used to be a cute baby that I loved. Oh God, I made many mistakes towards her. I have not been the best mother for her. For mothers, the parenting period is the most stressful period, especially when the child is still a toddler. Everything is the mother's responsibility. Even me, when raising my first child, even though I had learned the knowledge, I was still confused and didn't know anything, especially about nutrition and health. It is a mother's nightmare. Many mothers will be sad and hurt when their child is called small, malnourished by others. Even so, it is the mother who feels the most guilty and curses herself when her child is lacking in the eyes of others. I did the same. I tried to raise my first daughter with what I thought was good at that time, but when it came to the point where her weight was stuck or even lacking, I was cursed at by health workers, called names by my own family. I felt angry, sad, and annoyed. As a mother, I don't want mealtimes to traumatize my child. But on the other hand, I want my child to be like other children, to eat heartily. But yes, it's not that easy to make a child obey, especially when they are still toddlers. This situation, I admit, is very frustrating. Until one day I gave up. I left the matter of eating to the ART. I focused on my activities at that time. But yes, it was still not as I expected. Even so, my first daughter grew up well. She was smart. Even though she was smaller than her friends, she was agile, had high empathy, high morals, and she was independent. However, in the last few years when COVID hit, most children were prone to illness, with persistent coughs, colds, and fevers. My daughter was the same, especially when she went to school, where sometimes health protocols were still loose, so she often got sick. I realized, maybe all of this was my fault. If I could take better care of her, my child would be stronger. Once again, I cursed myself. Being a mother is hard. Like everything is gathered and thrown on your shoulders. Tonight, I keep wondering why I gave up like that. Is it possible I raised my child like that because of my past wounds? Did my past of being bullied make me a mother like that? Because of my tall and big body shape compared to my peers. My friends used to bully me, calling me fat and all sorts of things. I felt like they didn't like me. And I was sure that I didn't deserve to be appreciated either. As an adult, I developed a sense of inferiority. I didn't want my child to experience that. I became protective. My child. I wanted him to be easily accepted by many people, so he wouldn't have to be afraid of being bullied, for being considered fat, etc. Unconsciously, I didn't want my child to have a body shape like mine. I didn't want my child to be bullied, then feel inferior, and feel unworthy of being loved. It turns out that I still can't heal that wound, and in the end, it affected my child. Forgive me, mother, son. But beyond all that, I am very grateful for the presence of my first daughter. From her, I learned a lot about being a mother. The most obvious benefit is that when taking care of a second child, it feels easier. So to my beautiful first daughter, thank you. May you grow into a beautiful, blooming flower and have a better childhood and life than her mother. My children, may you be happy and can become the best version of human beings in the universe.
In this video, we will see what a wife does after her husband goes to work. Enjoy for watching.
Sitting in the basement apartment I rented with you, remembering the holiday party we make a few calls to